Hello there YouTube, it's Gojira Prime with another Transformers video review, and today we are going to do a Transformers G1 toy review video, as today is the 36th anniversary of Transformers Generation 1 airing in the United States and subsequently the rest of the world. And today we have one of my favourite G1 toys, one of my favourite G1 characters, Soundwave. Now, for those of you who are far too young to know what you are looking at, this is Soundwave in his original configuration as a tape deck player. Now, for those of you who were not born in the 1980s or very early 1990s, before the development of CDs or Amazon Prime or I don't know, Spotify or anything else like that, you used to have to buy these things called tapes and play them on a tape deck player, or a cassette player, I should say, really. And this is what one of those looked like in 1984. Now, Soundwave was given this mode by Teletran 1 on arriving on Earth, presumably because it fell in line with his function as the Decepticons communications specialist. And you got, with Soundwave, a selection of micro tapes, which transformed into various characters. Now, this is not an original G1 Soundwave, it's an encore / classics re-release. So it actually holds two of these instead of just the usual one. And here in my hand we have Rubble and Frenzy. Now, in the cartoon series, they got these two mixed up, and this blue one was Rubble, and this one was Frenzy. It is a common mistake amongst a lot of Transformers fans to think that this is Rubble and this is Frenzy, when actually this is Rubble and this is Frenzy. Now that I've got you into a bit of a frenzy, we'll move on to Soundwave. So this is Soundwave in his original tape deck player, and I have to say this thing is awesome in its alternate mode. It looks like it looks like a tape deck player. This is how big they were back then. Maybe a little bit bigger because obviously people used normal cassettes back then. But it's very well detailed. You've got like record, stop, play buttons on the side. You've got the sound volume control here. There's a button there. I don't know what that button did on this side. I don't know. It's been that long since I've had one of these. But it looks like a tape deck player. You've got a nice silver button here, which when pressed will open up the front and allow the tapes to be removed. And inside we have Laserbeak in his tape mode. And we also have, if you'll come out, Ravage in his tape deck mode as well. I'll go through each one of the discs in just a few moments. We'll just stack them up for now, put them to one side, and we'll go back to Soundwave. Now I'll just alter the camera a bit here because he's a bit bigger in his robot mode. So, being a G1 toy, very easy to transform, but just to go through the details again, lovely molded detail, nice Decepticon logo on the front, nice detailing on the sides, the back. He even has a belt clip. If you want to attach him to your belt, that's really cool. You've got a nice thermal sticker here, which if you just hold your thumb on for a few seconds, you get a Decepticon logo. But again, lots of nice detail, nice molded detail to make you believe that this is an actual, oh, excuse me, an actual tape deck player. To transform him, very, very easy, as with all G1 toys. First off, you take these side sections here, you pull them down and turn them around to get the legs down, and then you pull down his feet. These are actually die-cast. These are metal, by the way. Then you grab the bits at the back here, flip them to the side for his arms, and that's about the only articulation he has in his arms. He does have that in his legs, but I wouldn't want to do that on. So basically his hands are the only articulation pieces, and then you just push his hands forwards like so, and then his head flips forward like that, and then you just turn it around to unveil Soundwave. Now, he also does have a rocket launcher for his shoulder and his gun, and these are very conveniently stored in the battery compartment in the back here. I'll just reattach that before I forget. I've learned that when you are doing toy reviews, it actually helps to have 4 arms instead of 2. So this piece here is his gun, and it just pulls out like that, and then you just attach the silver missile into here, and this will fire when you push that button there. I'm not going to fire it off because I'll end up losing it. And then you have his rocket launcher here, which attaches to his shoulder there. And there you have G1 Soundwave in all his glory. And I have to admit, out of all the G1 toys I do have, this one is one of the few that does actually look very much like his cartoon counterpart. So we'll just, but yeah, as you can see that he looks really, really good. You've got some nice sticker detailing on the shoulders, some sticker detailing on the inside of the legs here as well, which is really quite nice. You can still see all of the tape deck sections as well, so it all looks really, really cool, really, really nice. So we'll just put them to one side there. Now we'll just go back to the tapes themselves. We'll start off with Frenzy here. Now the tapes themselves, Rubble and Frenzy have exactly the same transformation. Laserbeak and Ravage are a little bit different, but just to run through them very, very quickly. So in order to transform these, what you do is you just flip the legs down, like so. And then you rotate them, like so. And they do have little feet here, which will come out. Do they come out? No, I'm telling lies. I actually have them the wrong way around. Sorry, these are actually the front of the feet here. Oh, come on. There we go. And then you take the arms, you fold them down like so. His head will pop out automatically. So we just need to turn his legs around because I've completely mucked this up. There we go. I got him completely the wrong way around. And as you can see, he's very, very small. Very, very small. But he has absolutely no articulation really aside from that on the arms. But, you know, for a little tiny toy, it'll zoom in. There we go. He does actually have quite a lot of detail on him. You've got this wonderful chrome detailing on his chest, the nice Decepticon logo, detailing on his legs. There's actually a lot of die cast in this guy. A lot of die cast. And again, you still have the tape deck sections here. And then you just have to equip him with his accessories, which are these two. He comes with these two back pieces, which just slot into the holes of the deck there. And he can also use these as hand weapons, I think, if you wanted to. Would they fit in? No, they wouldn't fit in his hands. And there you go. Oh, wrong one. And there you have, well, Frenzy, but who was Rumble, in the cartoon. And as you can see, he's quite small compared to Soundwave. He is quite small. Really, when compared to other small figures that appeared in later Transformers lines, Rubble and Frenzy were, and you know, the other tape decks were the original Minicons when you do think about it to a certain degree. So here we have Laserbeak, who's my favorite of all the tape decks, Autobot or Decepticon. You just fold out his wings, pull his head out, and I have to be careful here because this one has this has a tendency to happen. The head will come clean off the neck, but luckily it does snap right back in, so that's not a problem. And then you just lower his feet, like so, and then you attach his silver components, which are these, and they just go right onto his back there, like so. And that's Laserbeak. As you can see, he's even smaller than Rumble, sorry, or Frenzy. And then again, we have the other tape deck character here. And just, again, exactly the same as the previous one. Just all folds out very, very nicely. Just push his toes forward for balance. And I do apologize because the camera keeps going in and out of focus. You pull his arms out, the head will automatically pop out. Again, this one's actually quite a bit stiffer than the other one. And then again, you just take the back pieces, slot them in. Whoops. And there's Rumble or Frenzy or whoever you want to call them. And then we have Ravage. And I think out of all the tapes in the show, Ravage and Laserbeak probably had more airtime than the others. Ravage, I think, probably more than Laserbeak. And he just unfolds into his cat mode. Bring him to bounce a little bit. There we go. And then again, you just attach his silver compartments, which are kind of like these little rocket thrusters. Will that focus? Focus. There we go. Again, nice molded detail. It's all silver, all chrome, but very, very, very nice detail. And you just pop these in on the sides, like so. And there you have Ravage with the other tape decks. Now, I have to admit, I really, really enjoy Soundwave because he does have a lot of extra playability with these tape decks. In the show, Ravage and Laserbeak were pretty much, they were just animals. They were animal Cybertonians who were loyal to Soundwave like pets in a sense. Rumble and Frenzy were, I suppose the best way to describe them is basically thugs. They just lived to smash things up and destroy things. That was pretty much their sole purpose in the show. They were quite interesting little characters though, but they were essentially, thugs. So we'll just take the tape. I'll take 3 of these out of the way, and we'll just do a bit of a size comparison. So that's Soundwave and Rumble / Frenzy, whoever you want to call him really at the end of the day. And then we'll put him next to G1 Optimus Prime. Now, as you can see, figure-wise, Soundwave is bigger than Optimus Prime. And then here he is next to Transformers Siege Red Alert. And again, he's quite substantial. So really, you could say that this is a Voyager-class figure, essentially, what you're getting here. So again, he's quite large. And then finally, as a comparison, here he is next to MP3 Soundwave. Now, for those of you who remember MP3 Soundwave, he came out about 10 years ago and is an actual working MP3 player, modeled to look like a modern-day reinterpretation of the Soundwave. And this is the Soundwave I've had in my collection, the only Soundwave I've had in my collection for about 10 years. Now, with the new Earthrise line, we are getting a new tape deck player Soundwave, which I am, fingers crossed, probably going to get. But, unfortunately, I will be missing most of the tapes because they have come out as part of other lines, including the Selects line. So I'm kind of on the fence about getting him, if I'm brutally honest. But, I think at the end of the day, great. It's great that we're getting a new modern-day Soundwave. And most people, most kids who do pick it up and get it will be like, Dad, what is this? What does he turn into? I don't understand it. So, yeah, there is G1 Soundwave. Personally, I think it's a great addition to any G1 collection, especially if you're a G1 Series 1 fan like me. So if you can get a hold of a Classics or a re-release Soundwave, there are still quite a few of them out there. My recommendation, get it. It's lots of fun. It's a nice retro piece for any collection. Looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, definitely pick them up. So that's my video. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and have a very good weekend. Bye-bye.